Something else that they don't like is biological men playing in women's sports. And true to his word, President Donald Trump has signed an executive order banning it. Here he was.
You know, if you'd like to gather around me, I think I'm going to be okay. Come on. Come on. Secret Service is worried about them. If we have to worry about them, we have big problems. You ready? What a nice picture this is, huh, Governor? You ready? We'll do a good job. Wait, let me press that. I want to make this a really good signature because this is, you know, this is a big one, right? Oh, I think we have a 10. We have a 10.
God bless you, Mr. President.
And speaking of hoping these things will translate into Australian politics, Dutton wasted no time with an exclusive on Credlin this evening, backing Donald Trump right in.
I think it's one of those debates that we have to be honest in, and it's not about discriminating against anyone, including young girls. And young girls want to be able to compete on a fair basis, and I think that is a perfectly reasonable position to hold. Or young girls not to be able to achieve their Olympic dream, their pathway to a World Cup, or to be displaced from a team because somebody has physiological advantage over them. I just don't think that is that's not in the spirit of sport.
And will you commit to banning it? Will you commit to banning it, good sir? Here was Trump saying the war on women's sports is over. A bit more emphatic than that.
We will defend the proud tradition of female athletes, and we will not allow men to beat up, injure, and cheat our women and our girls. From now on, women's sports will be only for women. With this executive order, the war on women's sports is over.
Hallelujah. So many women across the states have missed out big time, and it ends now. And it's thanks to the tireless work of those brave ones who were reviled by their schools, reviled by their universities, refused to play, therefore missed out even before they had a chance to compete, because they simply said, I will not compete against a biological man.
It's so common sense, it almost defies logic that it has to be done.
Indeed.
But the reaction was quite astonishing. I mean, The Guardian reported on Trump's decision, thus saying it's the latest in a series of moves rolling back the rights of trans people. So The Guardian were not at all about, hey, we need to protect girls, we need to protect female sport. It was rolling back the rights of trans people. But could you imagine, Caleb, how confused lefties would have been watching that press conference that Trump did, because he was surrounded, did you see, by a group of people, and lefties would have been looking at the group of people trying to figure out, what are they? Are they girls? Are they non-binary, gender neutral? Are they boys trapped in girls' bodies? Because, of course, this is the difference between Donald Trump and the Democrats. Trump knows that there are two genders, male and female, and he can tell them apart. The Democrats had a nominee for vice president who was putting tampons in boys' bathrooms. It's obvious, which is why, Liz, I thought your point about Peter Dutton's interview was well made. It would have been nice to see Peter Dutton, our future Prime Minister, not say, it's entirely reasonable, I think, to make sure that we don't have boys in girls' sports. Entirely reasonable. It's common sense. It's basic logic. It's an outrage that we've got to a point where it needs to be said. It would have been nice to see Peter Dutton. I appreciate what he said, but he could have said it with a bit more conviction.
You're waiting for that line, Caleb, of in a coalition government will do the same.
And this is the trouble, Ruddy. He's trying to walk a tightrope at the moment where he doesn't want to upset the left of his party, and he doesn't want to alienate people in these TLCs because they want to get those votes back, etc. But it doesn't have to be, and it shouldn't be, a controversial issue, because it's not fundamentally about I hate transgender people. It's an issue of fairness, and that's the way in which it should be sold. That, look, we all send our kids...
It's not even an issue of fairness, it's an issue of biology.
Well, of course it's an issue
fairness you can debate.
Yeah,
biology is
it's,
biology.
It's an issue of biology when we're talking about, broader stuff when it comes to transgender issues. But we're talking specifically about sport. The reason it is an issue is because biologically, yes, men have more strength than women. That's where the fairness issue comes into it, right? And so surely it's not hard to prosecute the argument that if you're sending little Sarah or whoever it is to school, that she should have just as much opportunity to excel in sport as little Johnny when you send him off to school. It's an issue of fairness, and particularly here in Australia, we say we're the country of the fair go, right? If the fair go is an Australian value, it should be the easiest thing to possibly sell. And if you want to watch the rest of that interview, if you didn't catch it earlier tonight, or you want to watch the extended excerpts of it, you can go to skynews.com.au and stream that exclusive interview with Peter Dutton, conducted by Peter Credlin this evening. And he also says in that interview that he likes a Clint Eastwood film. And on that count, Mr. Dutton, I am with you.